Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Happytohook Creations, and today is Friday. Yay! Whoop whoop! It is Friday. I'm really excited because we are closed on Monday, and I'm off today. Whoop whoop! So I've got a 4-day weekend. Yeah. So I'll tell you all about that. My coffee's getting cold. Caramel macchiato today. And let's see. Okay, so before we get into this video, because I have company, I'll tell you about that too. So before we get into this video, I want to welcome all my subscribers, the new ones. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you like what you see and you can continue to come back and share this video. And all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back to see me. I appreciate you, all of you. Now, I've got plans for this weekend to just relax and crochet and take the rest of my Christmas decorations down and put them away. I actually waited this time because I wanted to buy some more containers. Mine were looking pretty ratty, and you know, this time of year, they're anywhere from 80 to 90% off. So I was able to get a couple of, just a regular bin. They're just green and red. But I know specifically now that's my Christmas stuff. So the one I had before had a see-through bin with a red lid. That's what I had 3 of them. They had all of my ornaments, you know, my skirt, everything that was Christmas related was in there, with the exception of my gift wrap. I needed to get another gift wrap because it's one of the tall ones, and the lid broke. Oh my gosh, it broke like years ago, and we just never replaced it. So we just, you know, put the wrapping paper in there with a little baggie that had the tags for the presents, and the Scotch tape and the ink pen was just kind of tucked down in there. So I still haven't been able to find one of those, but for now everything is isolated into one area. So I was happy about that. Now, before we really get into it, if January 17th, which is today, happens to be your birthday, happy birthday to you. If it is your anniversary, congratulations and happy anniversary to you both. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day or have plans to have a fantastic day. Let's see. What else did I need to do with that? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I bought an oversized zip up bag that doesn't, you know, no mold, no moisture, to put my Christmas tree in, because the box is, yeah, it has to go. So we're going to cut it up and put it in our recycling bin for Monday. So we're trying to get everything organized. That's the plan anyway. So by we, I mean, Cameron and Jordan are here to spend the next 4 days with me. I picked them up yesterday when I got back into town from work. I was absolutely exhausted. So I only got 2 things done last night, but I'm happy it's done. But I was so tired, and we ordered pizza because we knew the kids were going to be picked up. And my son came over and had the leftover chili. So it's just really nice. I love days like that. No matter how tired I am, I'm never too tired to see my babies. So they are going to spend some time with me. Jordan might stay an extra day or 2. She says, if Cameron doesn't leave me alone, I'm going to cheese him up. And I'm like, what the heck does that mean? And she just says, she goes, you know, Nana, he's going to get it. I was like, is he getting on your nerves? She goes, yes, he just won't leave me alone. And I was trying to explain to her, you know, that's his way of telling you that he loves you. It's, you know, if your brother didn't pick on you, something would be definitely wrong in that family. You got to pick on your sibling. It's just human nature. So I told Amanda if she would like to stay for a couple of days, she is more than welcome. So we'll see how that goes. But I think Cameron and her need to, like, you know, they need to have a day or 2 sibling separation and then they'll be fine. Oh, they're just too funny. Oh, boy, do I remember those days. My brothers. Oh, boys can just be so, oh my goodness. So goofy. Anyway, I really don't have a lot to show you because Thursdays are so busy for me. But I'm really liking the way the buffalo snow that I purchased at Michael's. I really like the way that's working out. So, I made these two. I really like this chenille yarn for these, the chenille basic chenille. So those are the two that I made, and then I made it a little friend, and all of them are different. So this one, you would think this one has like 9, and see it's a little bit taller, a little bit thinner. I made it chubby octo. So yeah, these are just so soft and squishy. So I'm very happy with it. This one, I don't remember the tentacles being, I mean, I guess they would have to be kind of like that, right? Because you do a chain of 5 for each tentacle. Maybe they do. I just don't pay attention, but it's cute. It is. I like it. And so I do like that they turned out the same. This one is, I think this is Jonah Martinez. I don't know. I have been making these for so long, and I've made so many of them that, I just whip it up. You got to do 8 tentacles. So you have to keep a count of like 24, or some people or some designers go all the way down to 8. Like you close it up, and then in the front loop, after you've worked in the back loop, that's when you make your 8 tentacles around. So I've done that before too. So it's whatever your preference is. I don't have one particular octo pattern that I use, but I mean, not one. I've got probably 3, maybe 4. But just find what is comfortable for you. And I say make as many as you need to make if you plan on selling them in a show. I still need to make more ducks. I have a list. A mile long, I feel. And I was going back to everything that I sold in the last, maybe the last month of craft shows, and then what I sold during the summer, because all it starts back up. It's like never ending. You get a break because all of January I don't have any shows, and all of February I don't have any shows, nothing. So that gives me time to get my stock built up. I've been making these French market bags. Today will probably be the last day that I make them. When I saw this colorway, I absolutely had to make this one. And this is the one that I was taking to work with me or in the car. And I ended up waiting on my client. He had to work late, and I thought, I was more than an hour away from home. So I was like, okay, I'll just go and grab a bite to eat. Well, I didn't get anything to eat. I got some coffee. I had a snack of those little turkey bites with the cheese. So I had that to snack on. Oh, and we're going to need a tag. Oops. Did I put it in here? So I was able to get this finished. I just found the bag. There they are. I was like, I know I got a bag of tags because I just found them, and I said, I knew I had some extra. So the thing about this yarn, it's very minty. Okay, so let me tell you why I say that. It smells like it's been sitting in peppermint sticks. I don't have any idea why, guys, but it really does. It really does smell minty. And I kept smelling something. I'm trying to find the little, oh, there they are, the little screws. I was like, what is that? What does that smell? And I'm like going, what is that? And it's the yarn. So the more I crocheted with it, the more minty. I don't know. It was a gift, and I couldn't tell you where I got it from, but the yarn, this bag smells really minty. So I don't know if I should spray it with Febreze, or I don't know, wash it first. I don't know, guys. It's very minty though. It smells like a peppermint stick. So I'm going to show you the bag, and then I'll put the tag on it. So this one is the one that was wound up color, or come back. Man, if I had a child awake, I would have them go and get it off of the couch. Anyway, it was gifted to me. I don't even know if this shop is still available. So when I'm done making this video, I will go find what the colorway is. And I don't know, it was something like "thanks for coming back" or something like that. But there's a shop that's listed on the label. And again, it smells like peppermint. It's just the strangest thing. But these colors remind me of the beach. Like, look at that. I just think, oh my goodness. Okay. It also reminds me, I'm sorry, there's a bird out there, of Miami Dolphins colors. Because, you know, you see that the turquoise kind of, I don't know. That was the first thing I thought of, Miami Dolphins. I always go to football. What can I tell you? Grow up with a house, you grow up in a house with several brothers. You always got football on the brain, whether you want to or not. All right, so I'm going to get a label on here real quick. I don't ever know what side to put it on, but I've been putting it on the left. So let's put this bad boy on the left. Thank you guys all for giving me suggestions, because I am, I'm going to be making some amigurumi soon. Boy, this is a really thick screw. I don't know if I can get that through there. There we go. Because I'm going to be checking out a lot of people that I haven't for tutorials. So, so Ella, she's got, from No Catchy Name, she's got a few tutorials out now. Why isn't this going in here? Oh, it's screw on. I thought it was the kind that just snapped. Guys, I tell you. Okay. So these are the old tags, because remember, my new ones have my new logo on them, which is this right here. That's my new one. So my new tags, once I use up all the old ones, we'll have this on one end and then Happytohook Creations on the other. Okay. There it is. So yeah, I think it's really cute. I love these bags. I really like making them. And I still have 10 granny square or granny bottom square bags. So I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of these as well. So now I've got enough to last me for, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 shows. But I really like this bag. I think it's great. And I love those colors. I'll have first of all, before I even link the shop, I'm going to check it out on Etsy to make sure it's still a shop. Because I was gifted that probably 2 years ago, this yarn. So if the shop is still up and running, I don't know if this yarn is even still available. Because, some designers or some dyers will only dye it for a short amount of time, and then they just move on to the next thing. But I will list it for you. But don't, only if I can find that the shop is still available, because that's where it came from, Etsy. It came from an Etsy shop. So that's how it looks. I don't know if you guys, it's just hard to get a really good view of this bag. I'll be listing that later today or tomorrow. With that, I'm going to put that back in here. Let me get another sip of this coffee. I'm sure it's lukewarm. Look, nothing. I don't care. And I've got my warmer. I've got stuff over here because I've got things laid out for this weekend. So, what I want to accomplish today, I don't know. My scrunchies are low. So this is when I was, you know, kind of looking around here. And like I said, even though I don't have a show until March, I can't wait until, and it's the first weekend in March. So I can't wait till then to start saying, oh my gosh, I got to make some amigurumi. Oh my gosh, I got to make some. So I got to do it now. I got to just do it right now. So I've got axolotls on the list, bees, mini bees, triceratops, not the really big one, but the little one that I made, like the blue one. I would love to make more of those. So there's a question mark by that one because it's a new amigurumi. I'd never made it before. I would really like to get some in there, but just about everything sold. My stingrays, I have 6 of them made up from my last show that I did in December. I have 6 left. I probably made 20. I think I had 20, you know, before my last 2 shows of the year. So I always make sure I have at least 20 of those. 10 to me is just not enough anymore. Excuse me. So I want to make sure, especially if it's something that I'm not introducing as new. So the triceratops, maybe I'll only make 5 of those, because what sells for someone in your demographic area and your market area might not sell for me, and vice versa. So I'll sell 5 if they, you know, or I'll sell 5. I hope so. I'll make 5 up and have them on the table. And if they sell, then I'll definitely make more of them. So I've got that on there. Octos are always a given. I have to make sure I have at least 30 octos because they sell so well. The mini bees do really good as well because that's at a price point that I put in my little bamboo stand right in the center of my my table. I need to make more squids. I only have 2. So I have 2 squids made up, but I've got to get some more of those. And I thought it would be kind of nice to make some, since this market is in March, in like pastel colors, you know, instead of bold colors. Like I want to make a few for Valentine's Day, some pink ones, a couple of red ones, and white with red tentacles, things like that. But this is our spring fling festival, and this will be my 10th year, you guys. I just can't even believe that. But it's wonderful, especially when the weather holds up, because everybody wants, it's time. You've been cooped up in your house. The weather has just been cold and rainy or snowy or icy, and this is one of the first ones in this area that people can go out and stretch their legs and do a little bit of shopping. They're looking for things like, you know, Easter. They're looking for spring colors. So I want to do light pastels and the lavenders and the mint greens and the light yellows and stuff for a section. Not for all of my amigurumi, but just for some of them, because, you know, people like bold colors as well, especially the children. They like that stuff. They like rainbow colors. And so I just got to make sure, which is, you know, why when the yarn gets here, I've got to make sure that I have everything that I need, because I might not still. They didn't have, when I say they, Yarnspirations, I've got a shipment coming, hopefully within the next 7 to 10 days. But they didn't have, the only velvet or like chenille type yarn they have was the Bernat velvet yarn. I already have plenty of that. And I don't use that for amigurumi. I use that for scrunchies. So, you know, I don't know what anyone else uses it for. It's a little too thin. I like making amigurumi, and I like it in a 5 weight. Now, the only exception would be this yarn that I purchased. This yarn works up, this yarn works up really well. This is the Soho Mystical. And even though it's, you know, like I said before, even though it says it's a 5 weight, it's a little bit lighter. So I use my 4.5, and I really got to finish this. Are these eyes? These are a little small. Let's put some eyes on here while I'm thinking about it. Because if I don't, I'm never going to get this thing done. I'm just looking at that. I'm like, it still doesn't have eyes on there. Let's rectify that. So it's still attached. This, because I wanted to see if I could make a octo that didn't have any holes. I used a 4.5 and it's fine. So let's get some eyeballs on here real quick. I just line them up. I might be a little too far apart, but I think they'll be all right. And that's why I bought this yarn as well, is because it's got these really great pastel colors on them. So there's that snap I'm listening for. So I want to make sure that I've got lots of dishcloths and things like that. Okay, it's got eyes on it. So now that it has eyes, I know where my yarn is. Let's see if I can do it with this one. I'll start closing it up. Oh, anyway, the kids are still asleep. They were up late. Jack has actually been at work very early this morning because they are he's right in the middle of a remodel. So yeah. And the kids were up late and I didn't hear them. You know how you always tell your kids, if you don't be quiet, you're not going to be able to stay up. I'm going to turn the internet off because I can do it from my phone. And I tell them, and they're like, no, we'll be quiet. They were really quiet. I had no idea. That, or I was so exhausted, I didn't really recognize. I didn't know that they were making noise at all anyway. So they're usually good kids. When I tell them they've got to be quiet, they're usually good about it. So, so they're here to help me get, like I said, everything taken down, and we're going to get the yarn organized. We're going to go, now not all of it, but we're going to go through. I have some in my guest room in the closet, and I think I've got like 3 bins in there that we're going to get out and look through. And then Abby's old room has the 19 bags of, well, 18, because I have one here. So the 18 bags of fluff are in there with some other stuff that I found that is yarny. And it's not all yarn, but we found the bins that I found downstairs in my storage area, like under my steps. There's like a room there. It's a full-size door, and you open it up, and it's under the stairs. It's like one little, it's kind of like a little camping area. The kids used to love to go in there and play. And just kind of, that's where we go when the weather's bad, stuff like that. So we push it all the way back against the back wall so that if we ever need to go in there with a tornado warning or something, we have room and there's nothing standing right by the door. But when I found those 2 bins, I still haven't gone through them. I just opened them up and I'm like, oh, more yarn stuff. So there's probably, it had a couple of bags in there. I probably got some whips in there. I don't know what else because I haven't gone through them. But they're willing to help me go through all that and, you know, separate everything and decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to sell. And that's the items that will be put up on my shop, the yarn. So I'm so grateful that they are willing to help me do that. And, you know, they're earning a little extra money because I'm going to give them something. Cameron is saving up for a new game for his PlayStation. So, and Jordan, I don't know. She just, probably more canvas. She loves to draw. We got her like some little oil paint, like acrylic markers, kind of like the ones I use when I color eyes like this. So you see how it's got just clear around the edges. So if I wanted that to be another color, I would use my acrylic markers and just paint them just like I did for the Halloween bees. That was fun. So I'll have to do that again because sometimes you just can't find the color that you're looking for. I think I've got plenty of items to keep me busy this weekend, and you know, it's still going to be kind of cold, so don't plan on going anywhere. We have plenty of groceries and everything, so we're good. We are good. I think I forgot to do a row of decreases for this guy or this one, but that's okay. We're going to close it up real quick. And does anyone else like doing the invisible stitch? Because sometimes I can't get the needle to go through. I mean, that's probably my fault for making the stitch so tight, but sometimes it drives me absolutely insane. So I have to So what I do is I get, or I just get, I do a regular, just a regular decrease through both loops instead of the front loop, because it just makes me crazy. I'm like, oh, what in the world? Hold on, I'm getting some stuffing. Man, I'm just so happy I found this stuff. Oh, that's too much. Hold on. And I don't like to fill it up too much at the, I have to get my finger for the last of it because I can't crochet around it, around the fluff. Man, when I first started doing these, I would just stuff it as much as I possibly could. And then every time I would crochet, I would pull up some of the fluff, which drove me crazy. And then, you know, the bell went off in my head and I'm like, hey, silly, don't fill it so much and you won't be pulling that up. You know, you learn, right? Everything's a learning process. So when you can learn something while you're doing it, it's got to be a good day. So I'm going to close this up and then this is going to be done. I still need to, what else was I going to do, guys? I said I wanted to make something. I couldn't remember. Oh, someone asked me about a Highland cow. You remember the one I made? Oh man, so much sewing, y'all. So much. But I said I would do it. But I'm looking, I do like I do like the one that I did for, I'm gonna give it a little bit longer tail. Crochet by Jenna. Hold on, I'm looking around because I know I have a needle here somewhere. I do, I've got a needle. Well, it's not showing up. But the one by Crochet by Jenna, I love it. It's just really, there it is. It's just really big. So I want to make something a little bit smaller. She has a smaller version of it, but if I could do mostly no sew and then, you know, do the horns and the hair, that would be cute. And I've seen a few, so I don't know. I've been looking. I told her I would kind of look around and see what I could find, but you know, that this is, because this is a busy time for me. Because like I said, if we all do markets, you want to make sure you have stuff. And the most I have left over, I have so many hats. So many. So they're going to be donated. Most of them are going to be donated. I mean, I'll keep a few for, you know, some of the shows that I'll be doing. But, yeah, I don't want to have to store a big bag of hats and scarves. I always give them away, so they're going. All right. Ta-da! And just like that, we have got an octo. It's all done. Yay! All right, so it's a little friend. It's a little, one's a little bit bigger than the other one, but still, I'm glad that I can make octos. Just one, they're nice and tight. The stitches are nice and tight. Look at that. I like that. And this was, I finished it off with a 4, but I've been using a 4.5. And these are just super cute. And you know what? I just really like this yarn. I didn't think I was going to because it was thinner than what I was expecting. But I'll tell you what, it makes cute little octos, right? Nice little price point for the kids. And it's like pastel colors. And I've got, I think, 6 different colors. So when Sierra was here, I feel like this thing keeps moving. It's like, there we go. So when Sierra was here, I let her get one of each color to see if she likes it. Because she has made 12 octos now. People are like, they're loving those octos in her office. Which I think is wonderful. So I'm going to put the eyes back in here. Oh, goodness. And I'm going to get off here. And I'm going to, what is this? Oh, they gave me the colors, the backings. I like the color on my own. I like for them to be, because you know, that, oh yeah, for my Halloween one, I was coloring orange and then that lime green. I'll be doing that show again this year. So that's the show I already signed up for to do again, was that Halloween festival. The Christmas one I signed up to do again, like the last show and then the show before that. So a lot of them, I know they're coming up. They start in March. I'll have one in March, one in April, May for Mother's Day, June for sure, and then I'll be on vacation for 2 weeks. And then I don't think I have any for July yet. I don't have anything for July. I definitely have August. I have September, and I have October, November, and December. So yeah. So the one in September, I don't know if you guys remember, if you're new here. So I live in the Midwest, right smack in the center of the state. And we have what's called, and not we, but Clinton has the Apple and Pork Fest. Now, I've done that before, but it always falls on Abigail's birthday. So I did it one time, and then the next couple of years was like her 16th birthday for that weekend, and we had plans. I mean, she was turning 16. And then her 17th birthday, I was already doing one. The Autumn on the Boulevard is one I do in September as well. And then we went on vacation for a few days, like a weekend trip, and so I couldn't do that one. Then the following year, which was last year, she turned 18. So this will be the first one in like 3 years that I'll be able to go to. This one has thousands upon thousands of people. It's outside, so I'll have my tent up next to a barn area. And you know, that's why I want to make sure I've got a nice pig pattern. You know, just I don't know what other corn. I think that was one. Corn on the cob was another good one, because there's like an area specifically for farming. So yeah, so I want to have some stuff ready for that. So I'm excited, because it means that I'm going to be you know, busy every weekend that I have a minute. And when I get home from work, I'm done with my notes, done with, you know, everything from work related. And then I can just come in here, grab some yarn, and just make something. And then when that's over with, come back and get another one. Because my brain, the way my brain works, guys, is I'm constantly wanting to do like 20 things at one time, but I only have 2 hands. So I would wheel everything in the living room, and then I would have this big mess. So it just like sent my anxiety of the mess through the roof. I couldn't deal with it. I mean, I'm still having trouble coming in here and seeing that I've got to organize this room again. So I try to limit myself to whatever yarn I need for the project. So I've got duck yarn in there. So I've got I've got the orange, and I've got the yellow, and I've got my eyes. I've got a bag of eyes that I keep, you know, close to me. They're all different shapes and colors. And then a bag of fluff. I always keep a bag of fluff. And that's it. And when I'm done and I've used up all that yarn, then I come back in here and I get more. I'm just really trying hard to, because man, I want to just say, oh, I want to make this, 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 and this. Let me take it all in the living room right now. And I don't want to do that. Ugh, it's making me nuts. So I choose to just try to do it this way. That's why now I have 3. Because I said, oh, I've got some leftover yellow. Let me just use it right now. This is a yarn I made the first duck out of. But now I'm using the rest of the posh yarn. So when that's all gone, I've got more. I've got more yellow and orange. So we're going to see how many ducks I can get out of that. And, you know, just then we'll move on to the next thing. So, yeah. Oh, and leggy frogs. I got to make leggy frogs. I also want to try the leggy cat pattern that was sent to me as well. And, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for now. I've got a list, and we'll go over that later. And then this is the yarn, one of them or both, that I'm going to use for the movie classics cowl. I think that looks really, really close to it. But I like this one too. I have one other one, and this one has sparkles. And I thought, does this one have enough to make? It's 335 yards. So this would make a nice little shawlette. Maybe this one. I don't know what I'm going to make out of it. It could just be, I don't know. It's a 3. So it's a lightweight. Yeah, this would make a nice one. And then maybe if I go up a size, it'll be, you know, nice and drapey. What are we supposed to use here? Oh, 4.5. Yeah, I'll definitely use a 5.0 and H. So I'll use an H hook for whatever I do with this. I don't know. I found a pattern. I hope I can find it again. So when I have yarn like this, when there's like less than 400, I like for the shawl to be longer on the ends, and you know, just a little V or circle, whatever, to wear either in the front or in the back, and then have it just kind of drape down. So that's what I'm looking for. I did find one, but did I save it? No. I'll find it again. Because I really want to get that made during my 4 days off as well. So that's it. I think I've talked your ear off enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope that if you've ordered some of this yarn, you know that you can make amigurumi with it. Just definitely go down a size. I think an H might be pushing it because you want the stitches to be nice and tight. Unless you're like a tight tensioner, I wouldn't worry about it. But, I mean, I guess I'm average. I don't know. I like the 4.5. I like the way it looks. So, yeah, because I think this one was a 5, and it's just got, it's a little too big for me, the holes or the stitches. And this one, 4.5, perfect. Nice and tight. And I gotta shape this poor guy. He looks, there we go. Now he looks more like an octo. See? Ta-da! I just roll him. It's nice and fluffy. Oh, I gotta make some more of those. That's really adorable. Okay, I'm gonna get off here. I can't get anything made if I'm still on here, right? I'm going. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Happy hooking, everyone. Bye for now.